All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on? SHIPIT Nation YouTube station back with the February 15th post-Valentine's Day NHL 12-game breakdown here for FanDuel and DraftKings. If you guys are new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton here. And down in the comment section, drop your favorite stacks, your favorite NHL plays tonight. We'll take a look at those and then hashtag SHIPIT in those comments as well for future giveaways right here on this channel. If you are not a member yet, head over to shipitnation.com. Use that promo code DGEN15. Get you 15% off any membership plan there. We got you covered for PGA Showdown now, NASCAR, which will have college football with the addition of DGen and his crew there. Huge announcement. If you haven't seen on Twitter, DGen 75 and his crew coming over to SHIPIT Nation, merging together, creating the best community to be a part of in the industry. We got you covered with expert content, projections, tools, the best community with like-minded individuals to teach you how to grow together and win together as one. So best community overall, all in, cheapest rate in the industry to get a part of this. Join the movement. Come join us over here at SHIPIT Nation right now. But let's jump right in. We got 12 games to talk about tonight. Let's talk some of my favorite stacks. We're going to start with my favorite stack of the night here. Minus 270 favorites, 6 over under in this one. They're implied to score over 4.5 goals. It's the New York Rangers here looking to revenge their loss against Montreal earlier last month. They're on a 5-game winning streak here. Look to keep the bus rolling here at home against Montreal. Very leaky road team overall. Really like this top line with Blake Wheeler, Zibanejad, Chris Kreider. Seeing pretty low ownership on these guys as well. Chris Kreider, $7K, good price point. He's averaging over 4 shots on goal per game. Really like that. Blake Wheeler's got a nice value price tag at sub 4K there. And then Zibanejad at 6,600 gets the best matchup on the slate for centers, and that's a very fair price point. You can play the second line with Trocheck, Panarin, and Lafreniere. But I do like this top line quite a bit. New York Rangers line one of my favorite stacks of the night. Really like them here in this spot. Another team I'm looking at here to target is going to be these Ottawa Senators here at home against Anaheim. Very good matchup for Ottawa here. Expect a lot of ownership to go their way, especially on guys like Brady Tkachuk coming off that hat trick last game against Columbus. They have also won 4 straight, scored 11 goals in the last 2 games, looking to keep their bus rolling tonight as well here in another great matchup here against Anaheim on home ice. Like going right back to the well with Josh Norris, Drake Batherson, Brady Tkachuk here. Like that top line a ton. You can get a value guy like Shane Pinto down on the third line, skating next to Grieg and Tarasenko here. Like third liners a little bit more at home, so could get pretty low ownership on this guy. This line, and a guy like Shane Pinto's playing over 17 minutes, averaging over 3 shots on goal per game as well at 5,900 for a third liner, getting top power play time as well. So really, any lines 1, 2, or 3 are in play for me. Prefer top line, but the second line with Timmy Stu, Claude Giroux, and Joseph has been playing great hockey right now. They should be slightly lower owned than that top line. Overall, just like Ottawa a ton here in this spot. Can't go wrong with any of these guys. Another team I'm looking at here is going to be pretty heavy favorite overall. It's going to be Vancouver here. Late night hammer game, Vancouver, minus 185 favorite, 6.5 over under in this game at home against the Detroit Red Wings. Vancouver's won 2 straight against Washington and Chicago. Get a pretty similar matchup here. Like going back to the well here, I actually prefer this top line a little bit with Hoglander, Elias Lindholm, Elias Pettersson. I think this top line is going to get it rolling here. Hoglander's playing great right now. He's 3.3K, great value today, 10, 13, 19 DraftKings points in his last 3 games. I'll talk about him in the value section, but like Vancouver line 1 here a lot at home. The second line would be my second preferred line, Pies Suter, Brock Besser, JT Miller. But again, I like Vancouver line 1 here quite a bit at home. Think the matchup is good and think they get this rolling here. So I like them quite a bit here tonight. Looking at another team I have a lot of interest in here is going to be Tampa here at home. Last game, they got beat 4-1 in Colorado back to start the year. Look for them to change that here. They're coming off back-to-back wins, Columbus and Boston. Colorado, talk about all the time, very, very leaky on the road. Not the same team on the road as they are on home ice here. Avalanche allow the most expected goals in the league on the road. Third most actual goals against last 10 on the road, and bottom third in the league in terms of high danger chances against. Really, really like this spot for these Tampa Bay guys at very low ownership here in this matchup. Could see this matchup go crazy here. 2 good teams, obviously a lot of studded power on the ice at the same time here. Guys like Kucherov, McKinnon, Rantanen, Stamkos, Braden Point, the list goes on, Cale Makar, right? But give me the Tampa side in this one. Stamkos, Braden Point, Nikita Kucherov, that top line, tons of upside in this one. They're playing great hockey right now too. And then if you need to save a little bit of value, going to Cirelli, Nicholas Paul, Brandon Hagel, I think is a fine spot here. But don't really need to worry about ownership too much on 12-game slate. So if I'm going to Tampa, it's just the upside guys for me. It's that top line, Stamkos, Braden Point, Nikita Kucherov is where I'm going to be looking here. 2 more spots that you can look at. Obviously, there's 12 games, right? 24 teams to choose from. I'm not going to list them all. I'm listing 7 teams here. My 6th favorite, and then the 7th team is actually going to be probably the chalkiest team on the slate. I'll touch on them last. But my next team I'm going to bring up is going to be Boston here. Like this spot here for Boston at home against Seattle. Boston looking to right the ship. They lost 2 straight to Tampa and Washington where they got shut out. Look for them to rebound here in a big way. I could see them kind of laying it to Seattle here a little bit. Like the big guys, obviously, always Brad Marchand, Charlie Coyle, David Pastrnak. Here, I prefer other spend ups a little bit more. But again, this is a good spot. You get a nice value with a guy like James and Ramsdijk, right? Drawing top power play time. Jake DeBrusk, Frederick, and Zacha on that second line. Those guys are very cheap here in a pretty good matchup overall. Marchand 6,400. That's a fair price point. Pastrnak as a contrarian spend up, right? I think people go to the Brady Tkachuk's for a little bit cheaper. They go to the McKinnons. They go to the McDavids, the Hymans, right? These other guys on this slate. So do like them quite a bit here. Boston. Then the other team I will bring up here is just alluded to it, Edmonton here on the road against St. Louis. Edmonton coming off a massive game against Detroit where they scored 8 goals. Look for them to keep it rolling here. These Blues are very leaky on home ice here. Edmonton's a very good hockey team overall. They're playing great hockey right now. I actually prefer this second line a little bit here more on the road. Draisaitl, Perry, and Evander Kane. But hard to ignore how Nugent Hopkins, Zach Hyman, and Connor McDavid are playing right now. Can't go wrong with any of these guys. This top 6 are all pretty close to me in terms of which way to go. I do give a slight lean to those earlier teams I talked about a little bit, but overall, like these guys quite a bit. And then the last team I will mention is Calgary, heaviest favorite on the slate here. Calgary at home against one of the worst teams in the league, right? The Sharks. I think they're fine. Calgary's playing good hockey right now, but I'm going to be a little bit underweight here. I expect them to be pretty chalky on this slate, probably one of the chalkiest teams on the slate, just due to their price points and just due to how they're playing and the matchup here. I think they're fine, but again, I like other spots a little bit more than Calgary here tonight. Let's talk some value plays at each position. Starting with the center position here, we're going to bring up a couple of value plays. First guy, Lars Eller, 2.9K. This guy's playing over 17 minutes, averaging over 2 shots on goal per game, and getting power play time in a matchup against Chicago, who ranks 28th in the league against centers. Lars Eller, excellent one-off value play on this slate from the center position. Another nice value center here is going to be Max Domi, 3K flat here, second line, top power play, skate next to Bertuzzi and Robertson. I think he's a solid value here against Philly for Toronto. Another guy here, Johnny Brodzinski here for the New York Rangers. gets the best matchup on the slate. Again, third liner at home here, getting power play time 3.1K. Not going to play a ton of time, probably 12 to 14 minutes expected, 10 to 14 minutes somewhere in there, but it is a very good matchup out there. And when he's out there, he's firing the puck a lot. So I do like him at 3.1K. And then the last guy I'll bring up is going to be Ross Colton, 4K flat. This guy, 15 to 17 minutes expected here. Just kind of an opportunity thing, playing on a good hockey team overall. So I don't mind Ross Colton as well if you do need a one-off, right, land 4K util or center. I think he's fine, but I do prefer those other three value centers a little bit more than Ross Colton here tonight in this matchup. Jumping into some value wings. First guys, we're going to talk about two guys from Vancouver here. First guy, Connor Garland, playing out of his mind right now. 3.6K, averaging 12 DraftKings points per game over the last 5. 29 DraftKings points in his last 2 games. He's going to play probably 14 to 16 minutes here. Gets a pretty solid matchup. Going to draw power play time as well. So I do like Connor Garland. And then the other guy for Vancouver here is Nils Hoglander here. Top line, he's my preferred guy, 3.3K, 10, 13, 19 DraftKings points. He's averaging over 2 shots on goal per game. Probably upside of 12 minutes is his cap here. But when he's out there, he's got 2 good line mates and he's involved on the ice. So I do like him as a value play. 2 more guys, Blake Wheeler, talked about like in the Rangers quite a bit here. Blake Wheeler, 3.8K, really like that top line for a Ranger. So I do like Blake Wheeler quite a bit. And then the last guy is going to be a guy that I didn't talk about too much, or the team I didn't talk about too much, but he's 4K. Slavkovsky here for Montreal. This guy's averaging over 17 DraftKings points per game over the last 5. He's 4K, top line, top power play, playing over 20 minutes as well. It's just hard to ignore the spot. It is a tough matchup here against the Rangers, but he's going to be doing everything like he has been for this team. So I do think Slavkovsky here for Montreal is a solid option at 4K. Jumping into some value demon here on the slate. First guy, Tyson Barrie for Nashville. This guy's too cheap. I mean, he's going to play over 20 minutes. He's 3.4K, getting top power play time as well. Tyson Barrie, my favorite value demon on the whole slate. Really like him a lot. Going back to Pittsburgh here, Marcus Pettersson, 3.7K, going to play all the minutes he can handle, 21 plus. Going to block shots when he's out there. He's got a pretty solid floor. He's averaging right around 10 DraftKings points per game over the last 5. So I do like Marcus Pettersson here. 2 more guys. First guy, Eero Vankinen here for Anaheim, 2.6K, basically still a minimum shot blocker. Going to see a lot of volume here in a matchup against Ottawa. He's going to be firing the puck a ton. This guy's playing over 22 minutes, or over 20 minutes, excuse me, at 2.6K. Very, very like him quite a bit. Really like the pairing of him and Tyson Barrie. Allows you to spend up pretty much anywhere else you want to on this slate. And then the last value demon I'll bring up is K'Andre Miller here, 3.5K. Very good matchup here against Montreal. Going to play over 21 minutes as well. Hasn't been great, but no better spot to bust out here than in this matchup. So I do like K'Andre Miller as well. Jumping into goalies here on the slate. It's more of a spend-up goalie night for me here. Just these guys up at the top are fair-priced and in good matchups. Going to start with Thatcher Demko. Like him quite a bit at 8.1K. Think he's a great option here. Another guy at 8K flat, Stuart Skinner here. Like him to win the game. Skinner's been good all season long. I like him quite a bit. A little bit more expensive, Jonathan Quick, 8.2K. Talked about liking the Rangers a ton here tonight. Like Jonathan Quick at 8.2K. Then the last guy, I will bring up another 8.1K guy, Jeremy Swayman here, Boston, 5.5 total in that one. I like Boston to win that game. So I do like Jeremy Swayman. That's going to do it for this edition of the NHL Quick Hit. Again, if you guys are new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, helps us out a ton. And if you are not a member yet, head over to shipitnation.com, click on join now, use that promo code DGen15. With the addition of him, we brought the best showdown content in the industry for PGA, which is going on. Genesis obviously just teed off this morning here. So catch all his content for that, including the pivotal Rosetta Stone here, which is brought over to the nation, now titled The Stone. We got you covered with all that, NASCAR, college football when that returns. NASCAR is obviously launching here this weekend, right? Daytona 500 here, NHL, MMA, PGA, NFL. We got you covered, NBA for all the main sports. But good luck tonight in your contest. Hope to see those Ship It Nation logos at the top for myself, Nadesify. Let's ship it.